You make me smile. And my heart still skips a beat when you say those words to me. 'Cause happiness is the two of us, wrapped up in our only love, alone underneath these sheets. And I will always think of you. It's in everything I do. Where sadness is the two of us, separated from our love, and we lie in separate rooms. I'm addicted to your sound. If you're talking to me now, every part of you is a part of me. Give me life or set me free. And I like having you around. Oh, I know where this could go, and it's filling me with hope. We're here for hours, just me and you. Never thought I'd feel this new again. You make my house a home.